coconut. Black alert. The following podcast contains Law and Order spoilers, alcohol consumption discussion, adult themes, and adult language. Listener, viewer, visitor discretion is advised if you are looking for a podcast that is sensitive.
A podcast that offers you wholesome, family-friendly entertainment.
A podcast that is simply two Canadian girls reading from random chapters of the beloved Babysitters Club series.
Oh, those books. Or a podcast that identifies the types of plants that can and will kill you.
Well,
no, this is not the podcast for you. Because I've poisoned myself before with
multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Haley. She poisoned herself. I'm Sara. And we're here to talk about Star Trek The Next Generation in a bad way. Welcome. And then it's our music.
Birdland. I think that's
not my tempo.
Remember when I was joking about pouring one out from my magnum of table wine during Sons of Anarchy, and that one guy retweeted me back from the show? The big guy. He's like, don't waste the wine. I'm like, it's okay, it's table wine. Shut up, Haley. Shut up.
The guy who played Filthy Phil?
Filthy Phil. Also, remember when Michael Bolton tweeted me back? And
oh my God. I know. It was like the time that Donal Logue liked my tweet, replied back, and then randomly started following me on Instagram. And I had a fucking panic attack, man. I lost my shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So hot.
Before we really ramble off for 45 minutes before we even touch on anything, let's talk about our sponsors, Fansets. Stop what you're doing, open your phone, open your computer, and type in Fansets. 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 That's right. Folks, we want to thank our friends at Fansets for sponsoring this hot mess podcast. They are constantly working to produce amazing pins and pin collectibles. And it's not just Trek. It's Track. Well, no, but it's Harry Potter. It's horror. It's Scooby-Doo. It's awesome. Plus, who likes a deal? I do. Do you like a deal?
I do.
Woo, woo, woo. And then type in our special discount code REWIND in all caps at checkout and do a celebratory dance because you, my friend, just got 10% off your entire order. Rock on. Breaking news. 10% off at checkout with Rewind. Thank you, Fansets. Their pins have character.
We love you, Fansets. Honestly, can you think of any other kick-ass company that would
making
support
pins.
Making pins for one? Not only are they like a sweet, awesome company where I want their stuff, but also they put up with us.
And fun fact on a side note, Dan, our boss Dan, he's in fucking Disney World right now, just as if this man deserves a vacation. And he said on a tweet, the first fan to find me at the Magic Kingdom gets a free Fanset pin. And one of the guys working at one of the Magic Kingdom places is a huge Trek fan, got himself a Delta pin. Boom. That's so cool. What a fun thing to do.
I love that.
And you know what? It makes me think that maybe I should reach out and see if there's any way I can help build their business or promote them, because the Capital City Comic-Con is currently scheduled to take place in Victoria in March. And that's the show that Cherry Bomb Toys puts on. And that's the show that I bought the VIP ticket for a couple years ago and it got canceled. So my ticket's welcomed now. And they were going to have Gates McFadden. Last time they had Marina Sirtis. They've had Garrett Wong. And so I'm eagerly awaiting to see who their first couple of announcements are going to be. Obviously, there's concern that the show might not happen due to the Omicron or whatever, but they want vaccines. You have to be vaccinated to go. And
do they want us? Do they want us there?
Oh my God. Trek Rewind Live, finally covering Aquiel. All right. We'll talk about that more later because I have that in a update thing. So let's just talk about us. How are you?
Okay. Never. You never talk enough. So let me see. What do I get? First of all, open letter. to anyone who listened to the previous episode of Rewind, I have to make an apology.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, because I fucked up the synopsis of Dune, which when John and I listened to it together, he almost like slammed the brakes on in the middle of the highway and was like, how dare you? You've embarrassed me and your entire family and Sarah and the network because I didn't accurately represent what the movie was about.
Did he, I don't want to insinuate that this man that you're with can be a bad person, but did he say to you, you're on thin ice because that's how much you fucked up?
Thankfully, no.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a low level, depending on who you are, low level gaffe. And what I need to say is that, remember when I was like, yeah, in the movie Dune, they like don't use AI or computers or anything. Yeah. And I didn't explain why. And it's because they went to war against AI. And so they don't use computers or AI. And then I was like, and then there's like this spice stuff or whatever. And like, it makes like people's eyes weird. Yeah. Actually, spice is used for navigation. So it's kind of an important commodity.
Amazing.
And I know. And so, sorry.
You know what?
You know what? We can't get it all right.
I'm still going to go to the movie and yell out to the crowd, where the hell are the Spice Girls? I mean, that's just going to happen.
Where's Dune Spice?
So that's
one of the worms. Where's
so that's our first ever corrections corner. And we probably should have had a corrections corner since the beginning, because I know there's been other mistakes. So.
Do you watch corrections like from Seth Meyers?
No.
Oh, he does corrections every Friday. And it's basically like viewers write in about things that he fucks up. And sometimes it's a slip of the tongue. Sometimes it's a little bit more. Like he lumped in knitters and crocheters or knitters and quilters together. And he just got this like massive backlash. And so he spends some time on Fridays apologizing and correcting himself. And I think he was actually nominated for an Emmy.
Oh, great.
But, I think Carpool Karaoke won out instead. But anyway, it's a corrections corner is probably warranted for us, or at least me. In other news was, we were supposed to go to Fino for 7 days.
And you talked about it on the last episode, how excited you were.
I know. And all the bags of chips that I didn't buy ahead of time, because I was like, you know what, let's just like treat ourselves right. Kind of getting super psyched about going. And then BC got like the worst atmospheric river flooding rainfall thing that ever has happened in life. And then people, for some reason on the island who were not impacted at all, just went nuts for fuel to the point of where they had to institute fuel rationing,
which is still on
for another 11 days. And so I was like, well, it's irresponsible to get fuel and go to Tofino, which is about a 5-hour drive. And what if we can't get back because they don't have fuel up there, which is totally possible. And so instead we just like bummed around Vancouver, and I like forced John to donate blood so there's 2 reasons, and neither of them are for the good of humanity. One, I wanted people to feel bad for me that we didn't go on vacation and that I spent time donating blood. 2, John's a real active guy, and I just wanted like a hot minute to not do anything and read my book. Not that he would force me to do anything I don't want to do, but I was like, yeah, now we just got to take it easy. Got that pint of blood's gone. Still not feeling quite right.
I thought it had something to do with the fact that you're extremely turned on by seeing a man's blood being released from him. And you think Twilight, because you went through that big Twilight phase. And
the Twilight phase. I did go through that goth vampire phase, Lord knows.
Oh boy.
But no, and it was his first time, and he had a little sticker. And so everyone was paying him all the attention. They're like, here's a little juice box while you're donating. And he was adorable. He was several minutes behind me, and we were sitting in chairs next to each other, and he filled his bag. No pun intended. Is there a pun there? I don't know. Is there an innuendo there? Probably not.
Probably. Metaphorical something or other.
he like, we both filled our bags within like 8 minutes, which is great, because the last time I went to donate blood, I was very dehydrated because I was hungover and my blood was like
molasses.
And after 20 minutes, there was like less than a quarter cup in the bag. And they're like, oh, you're starting to clot. And I'm like, oh. And they're like, yeah, we're going to take the needle out. I'm like, okay. And it was like,
sorry.
Can you use what I donated? And they're like, no.
Oh, shit. Amazing. Proud of you.
Thanks.
Anyway.
Otherwise, we're heading in a couple of weeks. We're going to Ontario for Christmas with his family, which will be fabulous. And we'll come back here and have Christmas with my family. It's like you're in a split family. I don't know. And then, there's that new Omicron. I don't fucking.
Oh my God,
sucks. Don't know anything about it yet, so that's fine. And I also treated myself to new winter coats, a very nice black, if you can imagine.
No.
Structured wool long coat from Calvin Klein that, pardon me, it doesn't fit because I'm fat now. And then I bought also an Eddie Bauer like down jacket that also doesn't zip up.
But I refuse to buy a size bigger. You're such a woman. I love it.
I will not.
I am still a small.
Yeah, like I'm a 34B. I was a 34B when I was 14, and I'm a 34B now. Remember that? I was like, lady.
I think I went from being like no bra to like a 36C. Like I think I never even went through the AB phase. It's just one day I was like,
oh yeah, shit. No, I never did either. I'm just thinking of like the people who went, who were at La Senza, who were like, well, this is what I wore in high school. I'm like, yeah, but now you're 47. Like,
you had 5 kids. Like,
it's not the same. It's different. Anyway, that's how I am. How are you?
I'm good. I have some fun news regarding Brad's. Remember that blue truck he built like 5 years ago?
Yeah, the one that was in the magazine. And
yeah, the cover, and it was like the SEMA build. It was a 69 Chevy truck. And he sold it to like a guy out of
69. Sorry.
And it went on like the auction on TV or whatever. And then he he knew it sold and he knew for how much, but he never really knew who bought it because the guy didn't tell him. So he was like, okay. Well, anyway, he gets a message the other day. And the person who bought it is going to resell it at auction. They want all the details and all the specs. It was like some former big time NFL player, Eric Berry, bought his truck, and he has like 20 trucks like that. He doesn't drive them. They're just all in a showcase. Yeah. And he's like, this is my favorite one, putting it on high reserve. I'm not going to let it go. I just tell me a bit about it. Like, it's such a beautiful truck. And I was like, oh my God. So tomorrow it's going to go on sale on Meekum Auctions out of, Kansas City, Missouri.
Oh my God.
So we're going to watch it to see how much it goes for out of curiosity. But yeah, it was like this big time NFL guy has owned it for the last 4 or 5 years.
So it goes on auction tomorrow, and can I watch it? How can you watch it online?
Yeah, maybe. It's called Meekum Auctions, like MECUM, and it would be Kansas City, Missouri. So
Kansas, KANSIS. What an idiot! No, I know now.
Kansas
live. I'm so excited. Oh, you
I don't know what time it is, but it'll probably be later on because it'll be like a premiere.
Oh, I have to make an account. Fuck.
I'll tell you all about it. Either way, so cool.
55.50 going 5,500. 55.50 going 5,500.
That's old.
$7,000 for this poster. Remember at STLV? We were like, Jesus Christ.
Figure it out. Right? Yeah. And breaking news, yesterday, randomly, he was like, there's a guy in Vancouver who's selling a DeLorean, fixer up, like Project One out of Vancouver. And there's only like a handful left. Yeah. Like none. And so he messaged the guy, and the guy like took down the whole ad. He's like, I'm getting a lot of fucking messages. And Brad's like, I want it. Like, I'll buy it. And so I don't know if that's like going through or not, but I'm like, could you imagine? It'd be so dope.
Can we please go, if he gets the DeLorean and he fixes it up, can you please take me for a ride in the DeLorean?
Yes, of course.
I walk out, I'm dressed up as, what's his face? The doctor.
Doc Martin.
Morty?
Christopher Lloyd.
Rick and Morty.
Christopher Lloyd.
Doesn't
matter. Doc. This is Doc.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's so exciting.
There's a correction corner for next time. This is the character's name. Other than that, we've been caught up in 2 new shows. We're watching Yellowstone and we're watching Succession. So Yellowstone is on Amazon Prime with Kevin Costner and Wes Bentley from American Beauty and Hunger Games. And then we're watching Succession with Brian Cox and Kieran Culkin. And they're both exactly the same story. It's just one takes place on a ranch in Montana, one takes place in a high rise in New York. Like literally, it's like the multi-billion-dollar families where it's like the kids are all fucking alcoholic losers that will never be able to take over dad's business, but they're going to try. Like they're both good.
I really want to see Succession, and Kieran Culkin was just on SNL, and that makes sense why they kept talking about Succession, and everyone and their dog is talking about Succession. It's on bus ads here, for God's sake.
Oh, man. There you go. Other than that, It's holiday season. I've decorated, and I'm ready to start watching my 12 movies of my 12 days of Christmas.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What are they?
The Santa Claus trilogy.
No, stop.
4 Christmases. Oh, yeah. 4 Christmases with
Love 4 Christmases.
Fubar 2.
Yes.
Home Alone 1 and 2.
Never seen them.
You ever seen Home Alone or Home Alone 2?
No.
Oh my God. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
I just saw that for the first time, like with John 3 years ago.
Wow. The Sound of Music. It's not Christmassy, but it's always on at Christmas. They don't celebrate Christmas. Disney's Christmas Carol.
Oh, is that the one with it's CGI?
No, it's an old like 80s or 70s or something. I used to watch it when I was a kid, and it was Scrooge and all that was like the old Scrooge McDuck and stuff, and like
that
Mickey Mouse and like
really? Oh, I love that one. Okay, if you want to be fucking scared to death, watch the new one that's CGI. And I believe, I want to say Jim Carrey plays Scrooge, but I'm probably messing that up. It's
Patrick Stewart
terrifying. Yes. I remember I remember
the Grinch is on my list. The Jim Carrey Grinch is so good. Miracle on 34th Street, the newer one. Okay. The Holiday.
Oh, yeah.
And then I watched the other 2 already, which was Die Hard and Love Actually. I watched them both today. It's 7:24, and I think we're supposed to talk about fucking Star Trek.
Oh, what's that?
I don't know. Star Trek. Okay. I talked about the Capital City Comic Con briefly, and here's a little bit more information. As of right now, it's on. Tickets are on sale. You just got to go to capitalcitycomiccon.ca/tickets. It's March 25th to 27th in Victoria, BC. You must show proof of vaccination to attend. So book your hotel, come to Victoria, and Haley and I will go for a beer with you. Boom.
It's in my calendar.
Boom, boom, boom. Retrospect Studios, the Spock's Search for Meaning lounge robe, the one I was telling you about ages ago, the silk, it's now available. I've pre-ordered mine. It's only a one-time run through Pop Galaxy clothing site, and it's gorgeous, and I can't wait. And the art print is by a local artist, and check out their website at retrospectstudios.ca. And that's what I have to say about that.
Incredible.
Mm-hmm. I'm so stoked. Oh, Frank's coming down here to visit. Hi, Frank.
Frank.
What do you want? You've had your dinner. You've had what you need. You don't need me. Okay.
You're just having fun, and he's like, "Why without me?
Why not having fun? I watched that episode with you."
Yeah.
All right, you wrote me a synopsis, hey?
Yeah. You wrote a synopsis. I wrote a synopsis.
I know.
Can I tell? Yeah, it'll be fine. I tried to make it easy to read. Also, can I tell you, even though this episode is called Ship in a Bottle, I've had the police message in a bottle in my head since we decided to do it. Message in a bottle, yeah.
Ship in a bottle.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I hope you like it.
I'm going to burp.
It's not as funny as yours, because
I bet it's just as funny, if not more.
Oh, there goes my wine cap. That's right, I buy capped wine.
Like a boss.
Eat a bagel. Okay, go.
The episode opens with my favorite character, Data, doing my favorite thing, playing Sherlock Holmes in a holodeck program. He is not insufferable at all. Oh, Jordy is there too, playing Watson, and he seems like he's having fun. The sound of the pipe hitting Data's teeth makes me cringe and wonder why an android was made with teeth if he doesn't eat. I think about a toothless Data, and I think the writers made the right choice. During the holodeck program, a glitch occurs that causes Jordy to call upon Broccoli to figure out what's wrong. Could that be Barclay?
I don't know.
Keep reading. I'm sure it'll work itself out as I keep reading. The two leave to go back to engineering. Barclay tinkers with the holodeck computer and finds that nothing is wrong other than identifying that some data was in protected memory circuits. Red flag. Suddenly, the butler from the nanny appears on the holodeck and asks where the captain is. Barclay is like, whoa, what the shit? And Niles is like, I am alive and a real man. And Barclay is like, I don't know. And Niles is like, dude, I went crazy in there, and it's Picard's fault. Meanwhile, Enterprise's hand. She was working in a bridal shop, flashing
queens till the boy forget her out in one of those crushing scenes. Boom, boom. Okay. We could do the rest, but we won't.
Save that for a special episode. We sing multiple theme songs. Meanwhile, the Enterprise is hanging out to see a special event which might result in the birth of a star. Barclay reports the issue with Niles, and Picard goes to the holodeck to confront Niles. Picard's like, sorry for this, but like, don't really know what to do because this is all very odd. Niles won't have it, and he starts spinning in circles until he drills through the floor of the holodeck and into engineering. Just kidding. Or am I? Nah, I'm kidding.
Can you imagine he starts spinning real fast?
You know what? They could have done that and it would have been awesome. Picard tells Niles that he can't leave the holodeck program, and Niles is like, bitch, watch. And he does. And Picard and Data and Barclay are like, uh-oh. Niles is escorted to sickbay, and Crusher confirms he is human. Geordi adds that his molecules are doing just fine. Niles thinks he's on a boat, and Picard gets to tell him about space travel by taking him to 10 forward. Remember the fucking terrible 10 forward at STLV in 2017? One of the bar stools was like knocked over or something. Try harder creation.
I remember.
I remember.
Yeah.
Niles there was like empty, dirty plates like stacked like dangerously. Like it was so good.
It made no sense. It was like a room that was painted gray. You're in 10 forward. Welcome. Like, what the fuck? We paid $700 for this.
Just give me my free wine. Oh, I just pulled a muscle. Niles doesn't seem to give a care that he's in space. And Picard's like, please obey our laws and also don't like try to leave or anything because you don't understand space. Niles is like, yeah, maybe, but also I feel like so alone and I need a special person from a holo program to come hang out with me. She's a woman and I have needs. Picard is like, dude, we don't understand why you have been able to leave the holodeck. We can't just like recreate it just for you to get your rocks off and like yank it like everyone else. Just go yank it. I started thinking about just go yank it. I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt. On a balloon. I started thinking about Mr. Sheffield from The Nanny and how Haley went on a date with him one time and he proposed to her and she was like, nah, I'm like waiting for Alan Rickman. It's a true story. Senior leadership and Barclay discuss trying to get this woman from the program out and agree that it wouldn't be responsible. Troy is there, but doesn't say anything. She is also thinking about Mr. Sheffield, about that time that Haley went on a date with him, and that one time he proposed to her, and she was like, nah, I'm waiting for Alan Rickman. Niles is like, guess what? I'm taking over the ship, even though I don't know how it works. And the crew are like, ah, shit. They try to figure out how he gained control of the ship, and Picard is like, figure it out. Regain control ASAP, like as possible, as soon as possible.
Michael Scott. ASAP as possible.
And Barclay runs, like Phoebe from Friends, he runs the Sherlock Holmes program to start, and he sets up transporter beacon thingies because maybe they can transport Niles into the program. Data tries to transport a chair to test it out. It doesn't work. And then it does work. Wait, no, it doesn't. It disappeared from the program, but didn't materialize in the transporter room. They should have probably checked one of the 19 other transporter rooms just in case, but they don't. Or maybe get Miles because he's like really good at that stuff.
Yeah.
Suddenly, Data realizes that because Jordan is favoring his left hand over his right, despite being right-handed, he concludes that they are all on the holodeck. Say what? But then Picard asks Riker to locate him, and Riker says correctly that he's in engineering. How deep does this program go? Is this Inception? Is this the level of Inception where Haley goes on a date with Mr. Sheffield that one time and he proposed to her and she was like, nah, I'm waiting for Alan Rickman. It is. It is. It is. Meanwhile, the two planets or stars or whatever are getting closer together. Dun, dun, dun. Niles continues to say that he wants to leave the holodeck, and Riker is like, dude, get over it. And Niles will not get over it. Michael Dorn says his one line in the episode. Picard goes to visit the Countess, the woman that Niles loves. They yak about Niles, and Picard bores her with a lot of information that basically means that they can leave the holodeck to be together or something. I don't know. I got distracted looking at Kevin Conroy's cameo page and how much Haley would like that as a gift because Kevin Conroy is the best Batman ever in life.
It's true.
The stars or planets are bashing into each other, and for some reason, Geordi can't tell if the ship is far enough away to avoid being impacted. Dorn has another line of script. Riker confirms that the ship will be pulled into a gravity well and destroyed. Oh yeah, I forgot the ship is being controlled by Niles. Riker tries to transport the two characters and does so successfully. Niles requests a shellcraft, which he shouldn't even know the name of, but there you go. They give him one and they take off. How will they fare? Do they know about running water now? That you don't have to shit in a pot and dump it out a balcony window or whatever the case was in the 18th century or wherever Sherlock Holmes was? Was Sherlock Holmes real? Google says no and I feel like an idiot.
Sorry.
Picard ends the program and looks pleased. Wait, twist. They were in an inception. He tricked Niles into thinking that they escaped. Who directed this? M. Night Shyamalan? Picard ends with suggesting that life might be the Matrix, and I hate it because it could be true. Who knows? Barclay closes the scene with class as usual. The end.
Good job.
I loved that every second of it.
The Mr. Sheffield. Haley on a date with Mr. Sheffield.
Well, you went on a date with him and Josh Groban. I mean, you've been around.
Josh Groban took me for lunch in the Space Needle, and after we had lunch, he sang. For me.
Yeah.
And everyone clapped, and then he paid the bill.
Well, as he would. He's Josh Groban.
He's so kind.
He is so kind.
Hey, Google, how tall is Josh Groban?
Josh Groban is 1.80 meters tall. Josh Groban is 1.80 meters tall.
Hey,
Josh Groban is 1.80 meters tall.
How tall is 1.80 meters in feet?
1.8 meters is 5 feet 10.866 inches.
No.
How old is Josh Groban?
Hey, Google, how old is Josh Groban?
40 years old.
Oh, 40.
Wow.
He's also
the same age as me.
He's also dating a girl from Two Broke Girls, the brunette.
No, because didn't she just marry Andrew WK like a year ago?
She married Andrew WK. Also, Josh Groban dated January Jones for like ages dating.
And he's a Christian.
Oh. Who the hell is Schlur? Oh yeah, you're right. Kat Dennings and Josh Groban did break up. I don't care who he's dating now. It's not relevant. As soon as I found out he was 40, that's too young.
All right. Thoughts on the episode, Haley? Talk to me.
You know what? This was an episode that was recommended to me by a very good friend named Jerry. Hey, Jer. And I really enjoyed it because it's kind of playful. I like the holodeck. I do actually enjoy like the holodeck Sherlock Holmes programs, and I really like the actor who played Moriarty / Niles. Things I didn't like: not enough Troy, not enough Dorn, not enough space stuff. Like they kind of jammed some stuff in to be like, oh, this is also happening. But other than that, I mean, I thought it was okay because I like the idea of, things going glitchy with holodecks. Like it's a new technology, presumably. Who knows what can happen? And then I loved the kind of twist because I completely forgot that Oh yeah, like they were all in a holodeck simulation. And then like Moriarty and his countess just got to like take off forever and figure out their lives, and they'll never be the wiser. So I really liked it. It was I think I said to John that it like kicked ass.
There you go.
How did you like it?
I have a question. Who vacuums the ship? There's a lot of carpet. There's carpet in the holodeck. There's carpet on the bridge. Are there like little Roombas like zipping around that we can't see? Or like, it's just carpet can really absorb a lot of shit. I'm just saying.
Yeah, literally. It should be like a hospital where everything, well, most things are curved anyway because it's the future, but that way things can't like jam into corners. I wonder how many times I say jam in one episode, but
you got jammed.
You got jammed.
I like the twist. I like that there was a twist to the story about the whole like what reality is the reality, but other than that, I didn't really care for it. I kind of got bored and I didn't really pay attention that much. I was like, I don't like Data. I don't like Sherlock Holmes. I've never liked Sherlock Holmes. I like the nanny, and let's leave him in the nanny. This took me away from the fact that that's not Niles. He's not Niles.
He's not Niles. He's playing Moriarty. No, well, Niles is real, and him and Cece are together. Remember?
Yeah. No, right? What?
Yeah.
They got together?
I'm almost positive. Before we get into fast facts and all that, I need to pee.
You know what? I need to pee. I need to get more drink, and I should say hi to Brad because I haven't seen him all day.
Oh, yeah,
so
do it.
I'm going to hit pause, so don't go singing thinking that we're going to have this cute little side deal.
No,
we won't.
I won't.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to start.
Okay.
We're doing this.
No.
All right. When Barclay goes to the holodeck to track down the problems, the door opens automatically, as do doors to crew quarters, turbo lifts, etc. The holodeck is accessed by communicating through the computer panel next to the doors. I don't think I said that right as a sentence. Am I too drunk for this? Or am I too emotional for this? Just you go next.
Okay. When Picard warns Moriarty about criminal activity, Moriarty blames his creator by saying crimes were the scribblings of an Englishman, dead now for 4 centuries. Arthur Conan Doyle was Scottish, not English.
God.
You dumb bastard.
Get
As
it
a
right.
Scottish person, figure it out. Stephanie Beecham is deaf in one ear. Did you know? No. She can be seen tilting her head to hear out of her good ear when she talks to Picard. And also, I just finished eating my 13th hard-boiled egg. You know what? That's not true because I ran out of my pickled eggs 2 days ago, and it's so sad.
I forgot that I put some secret things in here that you have to read.
Thanks a lot.
The most difficult part of the show, allegedly, was casting the part of Countess Regina. Director Alexander Singer noted, "It was difficult because we needed someone who could pull off an English accent, had a regal appearance, and looked sexy in Victorian clothes. When I saw Stephanie Beecham, I said, that's it. End of story." Moriarty's line, "There are more worlds in the heavens than are all grains of sand on a shoreline," is a paraphrase of Carl Sagan's famous quote, "Those worlds in space are as countless as all the grains of sand on all the beaches of the earth." That was not a Carl Sagan impression. I just made a voice. I don't know what he sounds like.
Okay, because that was pretty impressive. Actually, it's pretty close when you got towards the end. So if you're interested in watching Cosmos, the original with Carl Sagan, my parents have the DVD set, which is, it's beautiful. The soundtrack is amazing. You'd really like it. And then there's this like update in the 90s that says, update. We found out how the dinosaurs died. There was a meteor.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah. Anyway, it's really lovely. Just let me know.
You know what?
What?
You're really lovely.
Riker and LaForge speak with Moriarty on the view screen. At the end of the conversation, Riker asks LaForge to start working on the problem. LaForge replies, "Aye, sir," but his mouth movements don't match the sound.
What? And this won an Emmy for sound editing?
You just see him go like,
motherfucker. Oh, man. Both Moriarty and the Countess have capped teeth. Veneers for teeth were not available until the 1950s, which does not suit the 1890s setting of the holographic novel, nor the show's main setting in the 24th century when this would be obsolete. That's such a detail that somebody would like pay attention to. Their teeth are capped. You know what?
Yeah.
They have a nice smile. Just move on.
Just say it. Barclay was added to the story at the last minute because they wanted someone along for the ride unfamiliar with the events of Star Trek The Next Generation Elementary, Dear Data, 1988. This would later be regarded as a moot point because the producers felt only Barclay could have made the episode's final line work.
Oh, well.
Fair. I mean, I think we talked about this before. He's like my secret crush, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that while I watched it, and I was just like, okay. You do, okay. You do you.
Don't you infringe.
I will not infringe. I will make you a sandwich. In the last scene, Picard makes a speech that comes eerily close to breaking down the fourth wall, saying their reality may be illusion and contained in a box somewhere on someone's table, which is exactly the nature of their reality. I'm blown away. Are we in the Matrix right now?
Dun 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 dun.
God, Keanu Reeves everywhere.
How about this one?
Here we go. Tell me.
Moriarty's shirt clearly buttons all the way down the front. Those styles of shirts didn't become popular till the 1920s. Well, after the setting of various Sherlock Holmes novels.
As the merger of the two planets draws closer, Geordi claims that the gravity well is beginning to intensify, and Riker voices concerns about the Enterprise being pulled in since she might be too close. Since the gravity exerted by any object is cut and paste from Internet Movie Database never pays off well. Yeah. Since the gravity exerted by any object is directly proportional to its mass, the combined gravity of the two planets would remain the same. If anything, it would be diminishing after the merger, since that will ignite fusion, converting mass into energy, which is radiated away. Why did I even keep this one?
Well, sometimes it doesn't matter.
Christmas special is going to be off the chain. All right.
The transporter console reads transport log 721. Instead of reading it, Data asks the computer what is being displayed here. The computer reports that it's transport log 759. That is the correct log. Who's manning the
place is
me?
They've all run amok.
Math girl?
Oh my god, they've run amok.
I'm yelling now.
We're gonna have like super sexy voices for our holiday special because we can like scream yelling at each other.
I know.
In the first scene, when LaForge tells the computer to freeze program, the fire in the hearth keeps burning and flickering. Fucking figure it out.
Basics. As Barclay enters the holodeck just after Data and Geordi exit it, the floor can be seen to be a black carpet or cloth with yellow tape on it due to obvious creases in it.
So specific.
How can you not have an existing fucking cube room? And by room, I mean a room that's square. I'm not talking cube 2, hypercube. Or Cube 0, the prequel. Or Cube, the initial. Anyway, just paint it. How hard is it? You need to put tape.
Are we going to talk about Cube? I love so much that you just said Cube 2 hypercube, because I was going to throw shade at you about how, like, I was thinking about this like a couple days ago, being like, this is the girl who's going to fucking tell me she's never seen fucking Home Alone, but she's seen Cube 2 hypercube like 19 fucking times. Like,
and I made a drinking game about it.
Fucking pick a lane.
What time is it?
Oh god, that makes me so happy.
Hungry.
I love
These
you.
Guys got like 17 watches. The movie is so bad.
Oh, I love you. Okay. At the end, when Barclay says computer end program, the computer does not respond. Barclay then walks away satisfied that no program is continuing. The problem is, other episodes have established that the computer, anywhere aboard the ship, would respond. It should have said something like, there are currently no programs running. Please restate request. The lack of response should have been jarring, not comforting, to Barclay.
Is he part of the conspiracy?
Yep. Yep.
As the professor and the countess board the simulated shuttlecraft, he asks the computer to get ready to depart. There's a side shot where one can see that the nacelles aren't lit up, even though they leave the shuttle bay a moment later.
Just like your 14th birthday.
That's a classic error.
Error. All right. Would you rather be held hostage on the holodeck by Moriarty or by Niles from the nanny?
Ooh, Niles. I feel like we could just gossip forever.
Yeah. Same.
You? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Would you rather create a holodeck program based on beloved book series The Babysitter's Club or Sweet Valley High?
Okay. Sweet Valley High, but I would be Jessica.
Okay. I've never read the book, so I don't know what that means.
Okay. So, like, there's two twins, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one
twins
is...
are two. Yeah. So 2 sets of twins, or is it 2 girls that are twins? For those who can't see this, she's looking at me like she's gonna. This is the fight.
This is the fight. They're 2 twin girls. They're in high school. Sweet Valley High.
Yeah.
One is very pretty and popular, and the other is like less pretty and not popular. The popular one is Jessica. I want to be her. Okay, I don't want to do the baby. I don't want to do the Babysitter's Club because even though I loved the series, I only babysat once in my life, and I had to call my mom to come because the kid was so fucking brutal. Because he watched Old Yeller, which I now know is Old Yellow, and he cried when the dog died, and then he wouldn't stop crying, and he wouldn't go to bed no matter how many popsicles I gave him. I was 12. And then when my mom comes, because I can't fucking handle it, because I'm 12, the kid starts screaming that there's a stranger in the house.
Oh my God.
The parents aren't answering. Anyway.
Well, I used to have a job babysitting a girl after school every day when I was 14, and she pulled a knife on me. So I don't know where she's at in life, but that's the story for another day.
You win.
Okay. So I did a MASH game for you. And I picked all the stuff, and I found a website to play MASH. I took a picture of the results, and it was really funny.
Okay.
Discover your future! Exclamation mark.
Woo!
Here you are. Are you ready for your life? This is your life. This is what's going to happen. This is the secret. Vision board this shit right now.
Okay, I'm writing it down.
You will graduate from Starfleet Academy, majoring in salsa dancing.
Oh, I haven't.
And after graduating, you'll marry Barclay. You'll settle down in Sonoma. I hardly know ya. Live in a house, and you spend your days as a doctor's aide. You and Barclay will have 1 kid, a boy.
You know what? I don't hate it. That kind of sounds like an okay plan B for me.
Yeah, salsa dancing was a real left field, but you know what? Good for you. Probably put you in great shape, great form.
Yeah, I can't dance worth shit. I'm either doing Can you?
Sure, I know. I learned how to lead for all the dances I learned when I was young.
Yeah, well, in swing dancing, I really would like, and I know that you did that. I'm doing those joke dances, like the sprinkler, or the grocery cart, or it's
throw
stripper,
the dice.
Stripper.
Carmen Electra strip aerobics. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna finally donate those DVDs because I haven't even opened the other 3.
Would you see it or skip it?
I'd see it. I mean, it's kind of a classic.
I say skip it because nothing about it tells anything to do with the story of the show. You gotta say skip it once in a while, so I'm just gonna say skip it on this one. Don't look at me like that. Dan said see it. I really shouldn't like this one as much as I do, and I think it is all to do with Daniel Davis returning to play Moriarty. I had the opportunity to chat with him at STLV this past summer, and he really is a joy to talk to. He makes his character likable in both episodes he is in. Even though he is the villain, I loved how they resolved the issue, and Moriarty and the Countess think they are no longer in the holodeck. A ruse, but one that is harmless, because, they aren't real anyway. Cute. Bill said skip it. I don't like Moriarty the first time, and there's no way he deserves a sequel. Here. I didn't even know he was in another one.
You guys are a couple of grumps.
Oh, boy. Well, not Dan. Me and Bill.
I said, you two.
All right.
Dan and I get along as usual.
All right. I'm going to close this one out because we have a Halloween holiday special to do. And I'm noticing it's 8/11.
Sure is.
Okay. So that does it for another stupendous episode of Rewind on the Trick Geeks Podcast Network.
My microphone the whole time. Sorry.
That's okay. Remember that you can subscribe. Okay. Remember that you can subscribe to this Hot Mess podcast by searching for us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or download the app, the Trek Geeks app.
Oh, is there something that I need to say?
I even tagged you in it.
Shit, well, I'm not looking at it. Hang on.
I'll keep going if you'd like.
No. If you're obsessed with what we're doing here on Rewind and the Trek Geeks Podcast Network, please consider supporting us on Patreon. If you're obsessed with what we're doing here on Rewind and the Trek Geeks Podcast Network, please consider supporting us on Patreon. As a subscriber, you can get access to the unedited versions of our episodes, as well as exclusive content and great subscriber rewards like our annual supporters pins from Fansets and our exclusive Trek Geek Podcast Network t-shirt, among other things.
Trek Geek. Okay. That does it for us this week and our discussion of The Ship in a Bottle. Tune in next time when we cover the episode voted on by you on Twitter. Listeners, drum roll, please. Data's Day! As always, we thank you so much to the folks at 5 Year Mission, to Bill and Dan for putting up with us and our antics, and to all of you for tuning in. Remember to leave us a goddamn voicemail or drop a hello in Twitter. Haley frequencies closed. To infinity and beyond.